Good afternoon, all of you. Okay, so we were discussing this topic bill discounted from the bank is dishonored. So, one case we have done that when the bill has been retained by the drawer and the bill get dishonored. So, obviously, drawer will be responsible for presenting the bill, and if somehow the bill get dishonored, he will get the help of a lawyer, of a notary, and he will pay the cash. He will make the cash payment of noting charges, but obviously that noting charges will be covered by uh, a drawer from the drawing or the acceptor. Now, what will happen when the bill has been discounted? Means the drawer has got the money from the bank and the bill has been handed over to the bank. And on the due date, obviously the bill is lying with bank, and bank will present the bill to the acceptor. And bank, if the bank doesn't get payment, bank will ask the payment from the drawer. Okay, now let's do the question that will make you more clear about the things. A sells goods for rupees 40,000 to B. So here A is selling goods. So these are the books of A. And B is purchasing goods. So that's why these are the books of B. And on the same day draws a bill on B at 3 months for the amount. B accepts it and returns it to A. So B has accepted that bill, who discounts it on 4th of January 2017 with his bank at 6% per annum. The acceptance is dishonored on the due date and the noting charges were paid by bank being rupees 200. Now we will start the question. The transaction date is 2017, so we will change the year 2017. The date of the transaction is 1st January, so January 1. And A will record the sale transaction. So he is selling goods for rupees 40,000 to B. On credit he is selling. So B debit 40,000 to sales account. $40,000. B debit to sales account 40,000. Now B will also record this transaction on January 1. Purchase account debit. It will be a purchase for B. Purchase account debit 40,000 to A. Now afterwards A has written a bill and B has given the acceptance on that bill. So it will be recorded as bills receivable account debit 40,000 to B. Amount will be 40,000 only because no payment has been made. Otherwise, payment will be reduced from the amount of the bill. And B will record it like A debit 40,000 to bills payable account. $40,000. Now, what A has done, A has discounted that bill from the bank on 4th of January. So on 4th of January, A will get the payment from bank, January 4th, bank account debit, amounts we will calculate, and some discounting charges will be there. So discounting charges account debit to bills receivable account. Now that bill will be given to the bank. That's why it will be credited here. Now we will calculate the discounting charges in the working note. Amount of the bill is discounting charges is equal to 40,000 multiplied by, see, tenure of the bill is 3 months and the bill has been immediately cashed. That's why 3 months time will be taken here. And further, the rate is 6% per annum. So 40,000 into 6 upon 100 into 3 upon 12. So now if you will solve it, 2 zeros we can remove from 40,000. It will remain 400, and then into 6 and upon 4. 3 upon 12 will be 1 upon 4, so it will convert it into 6 into 4, 6 upon 4. And now it will remain 100 into 6. So it will be finally 600. So because discounting charges are 600, so the amount received will be 39,400. $600 will be the discount, and this will be 40,000. Now when A will get the bill discounted from the bank, B will be totally unaware about this, and even if B knows, B is not supposed to do any entry for that because B is not party to this transaction. This transaction has been done between A and his banker only. Now the bill has been passed to the bank, and now bank will wait till the due date. On the due date, bank will present the bill to B for payment, and when the bill was presented, the acceptance has been dishonored, means the person B has refused to make the payment. So the bill will get dishonored. So what entry B will be recording for dishonor of the bill? B will record a debit, sorry, bills payable account debit, bills payable account debit. His liability for bills payable will be finished if the bill is dishonored, but obviously A will become his creditor again to A, 40,000. Now what bank will do? Bank will charge this money from A because A has promised that even if somehow B will not make the payment, I will be making your payment on that day. So now I will calculate first due date of that bill. The bill was written on January 1st for 3 months. So now Feb 1st, 1 month, March 1st, 2 months, and April 1st, 3 months. So April 2, April 3, and April 4. April 4 will be the due date. So on April 4, A will record an entry. Now what will happen? Again the B person will become his debtor, B debit. bank account, because A's account has been debited. What bank will do? Bank will debit A's account with him and collect the payment. So B will become his debtor and his bank account balance will reduce. Now B will become his debtor for 40,000 and the payment he has done is also 40,000. But question is saying that because bank has presented the bill, that's why bank will hire a lawyer and that lawyer will charge the fees rupees 200. So bank will not treat it as its expense. Bank will collect this amount also from A's account. So his account will be debited for 40,200. His account will be debited for 40,200 by the bank. So it actually he has paid 40,200 now. And that 200 is now again, it will not be an expense for A also. Because this loss has been done by B only. So A will charge this amount from B. And this 200 will be actually expense for B. So the entry will be B account debit to bank account only, but it will be with the amount 40,200. Now when B will be recording this entry, at that time A will intimate him that we have paid rupees 200 for the lawyer, for the notary, and that you have also to pay. So that will become an expense for B. So here B will be recording noting charges as an expense. Noting charges debit 200. To A. So now A will become his creditor for 40,200. 40,200, not for 40,000 now. I hope this concept is clear. Okay. Now what has been done afterwards? On 4th April 2017, B accepts a new bill at 3 months for the amounts then due to A together with the interest at rate 12% per annum. This is called renewal of the bill, and this topic has been deleted from the syllabus for this particular year. So that's why I will not be considering this entry here. We will do entries only till the dishonor of the bill. If it would have been given like previous question that payment has been done, we would have recorded the payment. Like this year, bill was dishonored and later on, the debtor has paid the amount in cash through bank. But here actually it is given that the new bill has been drawn and it has been accepted along with the interest. So this all has been deleted from the syllabus this year. So I am not discussing these points. We have done the dishonor entry here also and here also, and for the noting charges also. So till here we will be leaving this question now, because further we can't do any entry. We don't know any entry further. So what finally has been done? B has become a debtor for A for 40,200 and A has become creditor of B for 40,200. Now see question number 10. P sold goods to Q for rupees 10,000 on January 1, 2015 and on the same day draws a bill on Q for the same amount for 3 months. Q accepts it and returns it to P, who discounts it on 10th of January 2015 with his bank for rupees 9850. The acceptance is dishonored on the due date and noting charges were paid by the bank being rupees 50. So same transactions are there as we have done in the previous question. We will be practicing it for once again. So the year is 2015 year. So we will be, these are the parties now P and Q. So here it will be journal of P and this will be journal of Q. Now the transaction date is January 1. And P will record the sale transaction because he is selling goods to Q. So Q debit and the transaction amount is 10,000. 10,000 to sales account. 10,000. Here also the year will be 2015. The date will be January 1. But Q will be recording purchase transaction because he is purchasing goods from P. Purchase account debit to P and the amount will be 10,000. Now P has drawn the bill and Q has given the acceptance. Q accepts it and returns it to P. So next entry will be, you are much familiar now with this entry, bills receivable account debit 10,000 to Q 10,000 and Q will record it as bills payable P debit 10,000 to bills payable 10,000. So this way bill has been accepted. Now after acceptance, P has got that bill discounted on 10th of January. This time amount has been given by question itself. So now I will record this entry for getting the bill discounted. It is done on January 10. And when the bill has been discounted, the parties are only P and his banker. So Q will not record this transaction. Amount will be bank account debit. And the amount is given itself this time in the question 9,850. So we don't need to calculate the discounting charges. We can easily calculate it with the difference. Discounting charges account debit, it will be 150 because the total amount of the bill was 10,000 to bills receivable account. $10,000. Now at this for this transaction, Q will not do any corresponding entry because Q is not party to this transaction. On the due date, first we will calculate the due date now. Okay, So the due date will be, the bill was written on January 1st. The time was 3 months. So Feb 1st, March 1st, and April 1st. 3 months will be completed, and 3 days of grace, April 2, April 3, and April 4. So April 4 will be the due date. So on April 4, what will happen practically? The bill will be presented to Q, but who will present the bill? Now bank is having this bill. So bank will present the bill to Q, and Q has not made the payment. So first Q will make the entry for dishonor. And for this dishonor, what will happen? This liability of bills payable will get finished. Bills payable account debit. $10,000. If you will do it stepwise, it will not be confusing. Otherwise, you will get confused. And P will become his creditor again for 10,000. Now, what bank will do? Because bank has to get the payment on this day, so this entry will be done on first April 4. April 4. So bank will deduct this amount from account of P. Bank will collect this amount from P's bank account. So on April 4, he will also do the journal entry for dishonor. Now what will happen? Q will again become the debtor of P, Q debit. And the amount will, suppose now 10,000. We will adjust the noting charges later. And to bank account, because he has made the payment of the bill to the bank as he has promised at the time of discounting. Now bank has intimated him that bank has paid 50 rupees as noting charges for this purpose. So actual amount of deduction from his bank account will be 10,050. So Q will also become debtor of 10,050 because this 50 rupees will be collected from Q. So that's why here also Q will adjust his account accordingly, and he will treat it as an expense because this is the expense of Q only. Noting charges, account debit, 50 rupees.
Yes, ma'am.
To Q. $10,050. So now, sorry, to P. So P will become his creditor, but now not for 10,000. The amount will be 10,050. So this way the dishonor has been recorded. Now further it is saying that 4th April, Q paid rupees this amount in cash and accepted a new bill. So for rest of the amount, interest will be charged and then new bill will be drafted for that amount. So because now the renewal of the bill is not in syllabus, so we are not covering these journal entries. However, on 4th April, we can record this transaction. Q paid rupees 2,050, including noting charges in cash. So on 4th of April, we can receive this amount. So bank cash account debit, 2,050. That has been received from Q to Q, 2,050. And here also we will record this transaction of cash payment. But he has not paid the full amount, so for rest of the amount the bill has to be drawn after adding the interest charges. But because it is not in syllabus, so we are not doing that. April 4, because he is paying cash to P, so P debit, 2,050 is paid to cash account. till here we will complete the question and we will treat that it has been completed. Rest of the part will not come in your question, that I have only shown you that which part has been deleted, and you don't need to attempt that part in your books while you practicing. So I hope this topic is clear now. So we have completed 2 types of dishonors. Rest we will do tomorrow.